Hello explorers, it's wonderful to see you yet again on this brilliant Saturday. Thank you so much for tuning in to the show. This is the hotspot. Now today we are going to play what could be considered a game of the future. I'm talking about disc golf that is more or less like the traditional golf, but of course it has differences here and there, including how the course is set up and rules of engagement. Now join me, Eustace Segete, as we explore Rimpa Wildlife Estate Conservancy here in Rongai, where we are going to play golf and of course see which other activities that this hotspot of this week has to offer. Explorers, here we are joined by our host of the day, and he is going to tell us more about this game of the future. How are you today?
I am doing really well and great. Thank you.
Amazing. People want to know your name. Kindly introduce us. Introduce yourself to us.
My name is Kevin Becker, and I'm originally from the United States, but I married my wife here in Kenya, so I'm living here with my family, and this is home now.
This is home, and you chose to live in the wild,
yes.
Is it?
I didn't have much choice. This is my wife's family's land. They have had this land since the 1960s, so they are farmers, and the place is called Rimpa Estates Wildlife Conservancy.
I like it. So then this was home first, and then you decided to turn it into a hotspot where people can actually come and have fun. And we are talking about disc golfing. What is disc golfing?
Disc golf is a sport based on the sport of golf.
Yeah.
Golf has been around for hundreds of years. Disc golf was invented around 1970, the early 1970s. And people were throwing frisbees or discs, and they came up with the game. The original inventor, Ed Hedrick, said, hey, let's play a game with the discs, and they called it disc golf.
So this is one of the discs we are holding here?
Exactly.
What are some of the rules of this game?
So almost all of the rules are based on the game of golf.
Yeah.
So we use all the same words like par and birdie and tee and hole, things like that. But the main idea is you throw a disc and you want to get from a tee pad, a starting location, into a basket in the fewest number of throws possible. So you play with your friends and you count your throws, and at the end of the day, whoever has the lowest score is the winner.
Is the winner. Don't you worry, because right here on this show, we are going to do practicals of exactly how to play this game. And of course, score, I'm really hoping I'm winning. This is I consider this my lucky disc.
Beautiful. Because
I think it's matching with my outfit, so stick around to see. Now, let's talk about this conservancy.
Sure.
When was it opened, but also where is it situated?
So we are located about halfway between Rongai and Kiserian off of Mombasa Road, so maybe 30 minutes outside of Nairobi. So what makes us really special is we are a wide open space, a wildlife conservancy, only 30 minutes from town.
Yeah. I see anyone can come here, for a weekend and go back home.
Yeah.
So your opening hours?
We are open every day of the week, especially for camping and picnics. We do require reservations, but you can come and stay one night, 2 nights, or just an afternoon and come and have a picnic, do nyama choma. We have fire pits so you can cook. We have bathroom facilities, and we have a nice shelter so you can stay out of the sun or out of the rain.
Amazing. Considering it's a conservancy, I mean, what kind of animals do I expect to see when I come here for a tour?
We have, and all the wildlife that we have is here naturally. It's been here since the beginning. When my wife's family had the farm, the animals have always been here naturally. They kind of migrate from the Nairobi National Park through us. So we have everything as small as Thompson gazelles all the way up to giraffes. Wow. So we have zebra, gazelles, impala, eland, ostrich.
You mean I could be playing here and just a wild animal like a zebra just passes around?
It happens all the time, yes. Ooh, especially on the back 9. So in golf, the first 9 holes, we call it the front 9, holes 1 through 9, and then holes 10 through 18 are called the back 9. And especially when you're playing back there, the wildlife is almost always on the hillside in the distance. Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing right here. How big is this space and what kind of trees are these? Because I mean, it's so expansive. I don't think there's any reason if I don't come here, I don't enjoy the breeze. And perhaps, I don't know, I might want to stay here longer. How big is this space?
We're about 2 kilometers by
Yeah.
4 kilometers big. So that's about 1,500 acres or more. And the trees are Acacia giardiae. I can't say that quite right.
Yeah.
But they're acacia and they're all indigenous. They've grown here naturally. And the wildlife makes it their home. So this was their home before it was my home. So we do try to keep it as natural as possible.
You coexist with animals. Just a quick one. Am I allowed to do a drive around the Conservancy?
We do offer game drives.
Yeah.
So when it's not raining, right now it's a little hard because of the rain. This is black cotton soil. So unless you have a really good vehicle, you'll
Yeah.
get stuck. But we do
course,
game
I can
drives where I drive my car and you follow in yours. So because we're fairly small, it's almost always easy to find the wildlife. And the main thing we look for are the giraffe. That's kind of the highlight of the day, but we hope to see everything. I love the ostriches myself. They're really special. Yeah.
Amazing. And also another question would be, why would someone come here? Why would you tell someone to pay you a visit?
You can get out of the city, spend a day, and get back into the city same day or the next day. And it's easy. We're so close. And I think everyone needs to unwind every so often and get the traffic noises out of the way. It's peaceful and it's quiet. And so you can come just with your family or come with a big group of friends. When we do camping or a picnic, we make it a private party. So if you come and camp, it's just your group. It's not open to everybody all the time. So when you reserve a camping night, it's just you and your friends. So if you want to be loud, you can be loud and have a party. If you like it quiet, then it's quiet.
In the wild, I think your voice or your sound won't travel as much.
True.
Now you decided to set up, disc golf. Why this game, by the way?
I have played disc golf on and off since around 2007. And what I love about it the most is that anybody can throw a disc. Little kids as young as 3, 4, 5 can throw, and people older than me into their 60s and 70s and 80s can still throw a disc. And you don't have to be good to have fun. And I love teaching school kids because they are the future of all sports. And I like that playing disc golf connects you with nature. When you're playing here, the whole point is to get out, be under the trees, and enjoy the space. I personally wouldn't come out here and walk the 3.5 kilometers of the course every day, right? But if I'm throwing a disc, I come out every day and throw. So it keeps me in shape, it keeps me healthy, and I've met so many new people. I've met so many Kenyans and so many international players who find us before they come to Kenya. If they play disc golf, they check, there's an app called UDisc, and they look us up and they find, oh wow, there's a disc golf course in Kenya. So they make a point of stopping here while they're here for all the big safari trips and everything, to the coast or to the Masai Mara. They take a day and they come and they spend it with us. So disc golf is really special. The people who play almost always get hooked and they come back and play again.
How common is the game though in Kenya?
In Kenya, it's fairly new. There used to be a course in town at one of the universities, but currently I am the only publicly available course. So this is the first 18-hole disc golf course in Kenya. It was sponsored by the PDGA, which is the Professional Disc Golf Association, and the Paul Macbeth Foundation. So Paul Macbeth is a 6-time world champion disc golf player. So there are people who play disc golf for a living. They make money. Just like any sport, there's a professional side to the sport. So you can be an amateur and have just as much fun. You can also get really good and become a professional and tour the world and play. I hear you.
And Team Explorers, you heard it. So if you're out there and this is a game that would interest you, I mean, be sure to reach us out because we are going to hook you up with Kevin. And he mentioned that it is the only one in Kenya. This is to mean that this show takes you to the exclusive places to enjoy the most exclusive things, on a weekend or even during the week. Right here, we we are at Rimpa Conservancies in Ongata Rongai. And you know what? We are going to take a short commercial break. When we are back, we are going to do it practically, because you know what? We need to know how to throw this disc. Perhaps win. I am hoping I win, so vouch for me. So stick around for yet another exciting part 2 of the Hotspot Show with me, Eustace Segeta. Thank you so much for watching this show so far. See you after this short commercial break. Team Explorers, welcome back from the break. This is the Hotspot Show, a show that takes you to places where we redefine fun, adventure, and play. Now, part 2 of this show, we are going to learn how to play disc golf. And Kevin here tells me there are 4 different ways: putting, driving.
Yeah, so
and
that's more or less it, but there are 4 different kinds of discs. So they're putters, mid-range, fairway drivers, distance drivers, and they're all designed and shaped differently to fly short, far, straight, curved.
Depending on the distance that you're standing from the
basket.
basket.
You can call it a basket, you can call it a hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we choose to call it basket today. Now, the first thing we are going to do, rather, what we are, of the 4 different types of discs, he's going to teach me how to putt. So stick along as we do this. Kevin, tell me first of all, rules of engagement. Is there a particular way I need to stand?
It helps to learn the right way to stand. So in disc golf, there are like no rules about how to throw the disc. It's all about where you stand.
Where you stand.
So just like golf, you hit the ball, you walk to the ball, and you hit it again. In disc golf, you throw a disc, and wherever it lands, you walk to it, you put your foot behind it in a straight line to the basket. So some part of your body, usually your foot, is on the ground in a piece of paper-sized space behind the disc. And then you can take another disc from your bag and throw it toward the basket.
So how do I throw it? Like this or like this?
Well, again, there are no rules, but there are some ways that work better than others. So for putting, that when you're close and you want to make it go in, they call this a fan grip. So you spread your 3 fingers out on the bottom, your index finger curled around the front, and then you squeeze with your thumb. One of the keys is squeezing hard, because if you don't squeeze it, the disc will flop out of your hand and not go the way you were hoping. So right foot forward, left foot back, and rock your body, and without throwing yet, just kind of move your disc with your body.
Where am I aiming? Through the chains or around the rim?
So through the chains, you want to aim at the pole in the middle of the basket.
The deal here is to hit it.
You want to hit those chains pretty hard. The chains will slow down the disc so it falls into the basket right there.
Let's see you do that.
So you go forward.
I rock my body.
You flick your wrist.
Is that a win?
That is in, yes. So so once my disc goes in, then I'm done with this hole. So I count every time I throw, and it adds 1 to my score. So if I threw my disc and it landed here, that's 1. And then I throw again.
How many throws do I have until this round is over?
As many as it takes. So if it takes you 50 throws to play the whole course, that's your score.
Is there like a duration of time, say 2 hours, for me to, you know, finish up the...
Depending on the size of your group. It takes longer if your group is bigger. But if I play the 18 holes alone, it's about an hour and a half. If I play with a group of 4 people, more like 3 hours. So it's a nice day.
I see that. It's my turn to shoot my shot. Let's see. I rock my body. Am I standing
exactly right.
The right way? Let's see.
Champion. So we just keep picking up another disc and we throw. Beautiful.
Now I think this is the best time for us to try a longer distance?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so this was putting. Anytime you're throwing from farther away, like from the tee pad, we throw different discs usually, and it's called driving. So in golf you have different shaped clubs, right? You have putters and wedges and drivers. So we steal some of those words, and in golf, in disc golf, we call them drivers. So
drivers. So then that means the disc shape and the size will change.
Yeah, so feel these. See how the edge is sharp?
Yeah, you can actually tell that the edges are sharper than this was the first one.
Yeah, all the putters are more round on the edge, and they're designed to go straight, because when you get close to the basket, you want it to go straight in.
Okay.
When you're throwing really far, sometimes there are trees in the way, and in fact, when we design the course, we intentionally put the baskets in the trees because we want to make it a challenge. If it was just a big open space, it's not so challenging. There are two ways to hold it. You can do a backhand where it's in front of you this way, or you can do a sidearm or forehand where you change your grip and you throw from the other side of your body. And what's interesting about that, when you throw backhand, this is called a power grip.
You can just show that. You can contact Kevin.
That's my number. You can WhatsApp, phone call, schedule a time to come see us. And when you throw it, the disc is spinning clockwise. And so at the end of the flight, it will curve to the left.
What happens if the wind is so much?
That is another big part of the challenge. You have to learn to play in the wind.
So the less the wind, the more
the easier
it is
to predict.
Fly. I get it.
It's like this, right?
Ooh, I see. But this...
Yeah.
It's
so that's a forehand or
distance.
sidearm.
Right. All right.
And then backhand is more like putting. With putting, you stand with your shoulders square to your target, but when you're throwing really far, you stand
like so.
Like this, with your throwing, the direction you want to throw, with your arm way out in front of you. And then you can reach past your body and then throw really hard. So I'll do one.
I see. So it totally makes sense when you are further, then that's when it will enter the rim. I like it.
And I hope someday to create some professional players to come out of Kenya so they can play on a world level.
Speaking of which, we already see some of them around here, and I bet it would be nice for us to engage them just to hear the experience of playing this game. So follow me, let's go, follow us rather.
My name is Elizaphan Nyakweba, and I've been playing here for the last 1 year. I've participated in 2 tournaments. I won in one in the amateur group. I came second in the second tournament. I hope to win in the next one. I love playing from the long tees, and the goal is always to keep the scores as low as possible to score the negatives. So I enjoy playing the game because it's social, and like other games, we socialize with people. As you play along with your cardmates, you get to connect.
My name is Doreen. I'm a campus student at the UN. This is my happy place. Mimi hukujanga hapa kama a stress reliever. At the same time, it's my hobby. I started this like the beginning of the year. I've been coming here severally. I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to be a great player.
Fred is a teacher from the Nairobi area, and he has brought his students out here to play 3 or 4 or 5 times, I don't know, and they've played in the tournaments. But he's been playing since 2022 when we were starting to build the course, before it was even done. So he's been playing for a long time.
Let's see.
Are you going to backhand or forehand?
Forehand.
All right.
All right, guys. Okay, Team Explorers, let's do this. We are going to watch Fred throw this 98 meters away. Looks far.
What a good throw.
What a good throw.
What
do
Fred.
you mean? What? Yo! I think I want to see him throw another disc. Can you catch another one? Or perhaps you can also have a lady do this. Come on in. This is yet another player. Let's see them throwing this disc. My goodness.
This is Joshua. He's been playing a little less long, but he's got some natural talent.
Ooh.
Turn over. A little tree.
Up the tree. It went. Remember, we said the trees are part of the challenge.
Ooh, you missed it. Good.
Well.
Awesome.
Well.
So she threw forehand or sidearm.
Else.
Oh yes.
That's a good
Wow.
thing.
Wow. Go in.
What
Oh
do
my
you
gosh.
mean? That was close enough, guys. You can see totally this is a game of
Wow.
aiming, and you know, as a newbie myself,
Wow.
I think it won't hurt to give it a shot, Kevin.
Yeah.
So let me try this. Tell me.
You throw this one. It's
Okay.
a little lighter in weight.
This one, and I like
And
the
it's
color.
a driver, yeah. So,
All right.
since your fingernails are long, you want to modify your grip.
I think I like this.
You like this one?
Yeah.
Okay,
this
so
one
turn your hand
feels
over.
a bit
That's
lighter.
exactly right. There you go.
Okay.
So you can kind of lead with one foot.
All right.
Want me to do one? I'm not a
Yeah,
good forehand
sure.
thrower. I'm going to do
Okay.
one, but I'm not good at
You
this
could
throw.
you could do the one that you're comfortable with.
I do backhand.
Okay.
So this is my backhand.
Woo! Guys, this thing is flying.
Not
Oh
as-
my goodness.
Not
Close
as good
enough.
as these guys. All right.
It's my turn.
So there you go. Forehand, you want to face that way.
Like so.
There you
way.
go. That's it. And then as it comes out of your hand, try and keep it kind of angled like that.
Okay.
Very good. Hey, first
the
throw.
first time I think I tried.
That was wonderful.
Woo!
First throw.
High five! And you said, I see there are so many baskets. How many are there in total?
We have 18.
Okay.
So there is no absolute, like, it has to be 18, but it's typical.
Okay.
It's the most common, and that's just because golf has 18 holes so often. But you could have a 3-hole course, 9, 27, anything.
Okay, and if I want to set this thing, you know, around my home or in another hotspot, how much space do I require?
So if someone wants to build a course,
Yeah.
you probably need about 1 acre per basket.
Okay.
And that's only so you can have some distance between baskets so you don't hit each other with this. If you're playing hole 1 and someone's on hole 2, you don't want to hit each other with this.
All right.
But if you just have a compound at your house, you can play object disc golf.
Okay.
Instead of having a basket, you can set up an object or an obstacle like a trash bin or a tree,
Okay.
a pole, and make that your
I
target.
see. That's a hack. And is it cost intensive to set this up?
Not really. So if you want to install a course, we built our baskets ourselves for maybe 10,000 shillings
Okay.
per basket, but it doesn't have to be that nice. You can take old tires and old chains or leather belts and things and make a basket. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be anything at all. Yes! Wow!
It's not as tough, guys. It's anything. It's something anyone can do it, and a happy dance. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this show. Thank you so much, Kevin, for letting us come and explore this hotspot. Indeed, it is a gem.
It's been my pleasure.
Where do people find you? On social media?
On social media, look for me at Disc Golf Kenya on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Disc Golf Kenya.
And you can come here any day, anytime to not only play this, but also to get one with nature, because you have seen it. This is such a beauty. Thank you so much for watching today's show. My name is Yusa Segete. Keep it hotspot every Saturday, 7:30 p.m. From me and the entire crew, we wish you a happy and splendid weekend. See you on the next one.